Hey everybody, it's Dina Rica with the Creativity Cave, and check out this beautiful card. It's really easy to do, and I can't wait to share with you how easy it is because it uses one of my favorite stamp sets, which is the Blooms and Wishes stamp set. If you did not know, I have a fantastic online class with this set, and it's just so beautiful and easy to get really cool effects. So let me show you how I put this together, because like I said, it is really simple. If you want to see all the detailed supplies as well as dimensions and colors and everything that I used, you can click on the link in the description of this video. There's also a link to the online class I mentioned. So it's such a pretty card. I'm starting with a crumb cake cardstock base, and I have taken a 4x5 1/4 inch panel of crumb cake, and I've embossed it with the Layered Leaves embossing folder. This is one of those thicker textured dynamic folders, and I love the beautiful depth of texture you get with this. It's so pretty. And whenever you run this through your Big Shot, make sure you do the regular platform that you usually use for embossing. So like if you have a thin die adapter or the right tab, you want to make sure you've got that, so you don't use the thin die adapter for this. And then instead of 2 pieces of plastic, you're just going to use 1 piece of cutting plastic. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because first I want to do the stamping, and I'll bring in a little scrap paper here so I can stamp on this and it won't ruin my work surface. So I've got a great color combination, which is Old Olive, Bermuda Bay, Crumb Cake, and So Saffron. And these colors are so pretty together. They make a wonderful color scheme that isn't necessarily seasonal. So it could be spring, but it could be fall. It could kind of be whatever, which I kind of like about that because, sometimes colors definitely fit into a specific, like, not category, but like season. So I'm just going to quick clean my stamps because I want to make sure they're not fuzzy. Does that ever happen? You have fuzzy stamps. Okay. All right. So to start, I'm going to start with my largest flower image. I'm going to ink that up in Bermuda Bay. Now I've just re-inked my ink pad. You might have even heard the juiciness of it. I'm going to stamp off that layer of ink. And actually, I have to tell you, this is kind of funny. I think you'll find this funny anyway. So my background has just a teeny bit of texture. And sometimes when you stamp with it, it leaves some texture on the stamp. Like when I stamp off, I don't think I'll have that problem now because I put my folded card under there. Yeah, that's perfect. Sometimes I get little lines that kind of coordinate with my background texture, which of course might be nice, but not what we're going for today. All right, so I've got that, and then I'm also going to take one of the stamp images that I just discovered I do not have mounted, so let's grab that one. That is this piece right here. And you can see this is a well-loved stamp set. I've got so many different I've got so much staining on my stamps, which I like because that means that I've been using this set, which is a good thing. Okay, next I'm going to fill in a little bit with my So Saffron flower, and I'm just going to ink that up and kind of stamp it around a little bit, keeping in mind that I want, I'm going to have a leaf coming out of here, maybe a leaf coming out of here. So wherever I place it, I'm leaving a little room for that kind of stuff. Put some right there. And then maybe one more down over here. Okay. And then I'll add my leaf. Now when I ink up this leaf, I don't want the stem really on there. So I'm going to just put ink to this portion. I could use a Post-it if I want, but I think it's actually pretty easy to just ink up a portion of the stamp. So you can see I'm just setting the stamp on there so I don't get ink past the edge of that leaf. Okay, so I'll stamp that right there, and you can see I don't have that branch, which makes me happy. I'll have another one coming out right here. And then I may add a little leaf like it's part of this flower, and just to be thorough, one more right there. Okay. So now we've got a well-represented old olive base. Last, I'm going to take this little branchy thing and stamp it in crumb cake. I'm going to stamp off, well, actually, I guess I don't need to because this is pretty light. Sometimes it kind of depends. If my stamp pad needs to be re-inked, I often don't need to stamp off, but if it has just been re-inked, then I definitely need to stamp off. So you can see I'm just adding some of these branches in here to kind of fill up that space. Now I'm also going to do one more thing, and I hope you can guess what it is. I am going to spritz my little piece here like so. That was a good spritz. So I use the crumb cake marker to just add, again, some filler. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is stamp my happy birthday. Now the happy birthday is from the single stamp called Stylized Birthday. It only comes wood mount, and it's just one single stamp. I love this stamp because it's really big and bold, and it goes great over just about anything. So I'm going to stamp that over off to the side like so. And I probably even could have gone a little further over, because what I want to do right there is put a gold faceted rhinestone, or gem, I guess this is technically. So I'll take and just peel this off with my finger and place it there. You can see it fits perfect. All right, now let's put this together. I've got a panel of old olive, and again, the specific dimensions are on my blog. I find whenever I hit the record button, it is very hard to remember these details. That's why I have them typed out on my blog for you. Okay, so there we go. Now let's put the whole card together. So first of all, I will pop this up onto my card with this panel, but I want to add some ribbon, and I've got a couple tricks for you. Now, when I created this, you guys might laugh at me. I did tie this with a bow, and I got it to lay perfectly, but I also realized that that wasn't an easy feat, and I can tell you that because it took me a while to actually get it that way. So what I'm going to do instead is show you a little bit easier way to do that. It'll start by me just taking a length of ribbon, and I'm just going to cut it maybe 3/4 of an inch long on each side. And what that allows me to do is just wrap it around my card, flip it over, and tack it down with my fast fuse. You could use tape, you could use glue dots, whatever you are comfortable with. Okay, I do also like to make sure it's straight on the front side before I tack it down. Okay, so there we go. Now I can actually go ahead and adhere this to my card like so. And again, rather than trying to tie that bow and get it to lay the way it is laying on my card here, I'm going to do the bow separate. All right, so next step, I'm going to pop this up right over the top with some dimensionals, and then finally we're going to tie that bow and just add it on. So easy peasy. I know many people tell me that they are bow impaired, so I want to tell you, I'm going to show you how to do a bow, and you can like go in slow-mo if you want to watch. All right, so there we go. And don't you think it really needs that little extra something? It takes it up just an extra notch, I think. All right, this is our mini chevron ribbon in Old Olive, which is a dream to tie, by the way. So I'm going to create my loop. I'm going to wrap this around, okay? So it's flat in all directions. Then I'm going to push this next loop through here, okay? And then when I kind of tie that, I'll sort of go back and forth till I have it the size that I want. That looks pretty good. And then I'm just going to trim the excess off. Notice I tied it right off the roll of ribbon, and I like to do that because you can see the only waste I had was this teeny little bit right there. So it's really good for my ribbon usage because, you know, of course we don't want to waste. Now I'm going to run just a little line of fast fuse across there because then I can kind of tack this down and make sure it stays oriented correctly. I actually think it looks better than this one. and it was a lot easier. So there you go. I hope you loved this card. If you would like to purchase any of the items that I used in this project, as well as the online class, like I said, the links are in the description of this video right up here. I, of course, would love to be your demonstrator. If you need catalogs and would like or need a demonstrator, I would love to send them to you. So just message me, and I would be happy to get those out to you and earn your business as your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you so much, guys. I love stamping with you. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you again soon. Bye.